Okay, now, so, but Peter is a brother too.
I didn't deny that he's not my brother.
So,
Okay?
are you saying you're tilting towards Peter more than,
I understand the issues because you know why.
sorry, towards Jude more than Peter?
It has something to do. I'm only standing for the truth. Because let me tell you something. The same crime they accuse him that he did, then Peter is guilty, Paul is guilty in that case. About supporting him because I know the truth. And the truth is, unfortunately, the way the journalists are making it look like, they make it look like he's a fraud, he's this, is that. Let's call it spade a spade. Peter is the one putting you to this thing. Simple. You people stop writing whatever you want. It's Peter that is doing this, and I'm here. He's putting him in prison. I'm here to bring him out.
Okay, now, so, but Peter is a brother too.
I didn't deny that he's not my brother.
So,
Okay?
are you saying you're tilting towards Peter more than,
I understand the issues because you know why.
sorry, towards Jude more than Peter?
It has something to do. I'm only standing for the truth. Because let me tell you something. The same crime they accuse him that he did, then Peter is guilty, Paul is guilty in that case.
Hi guys, welcome to my channel and thank you so much for watching. Welcome to my page, guys. Hit the like button and share this video. This has to be the most, like, what's the word I'm even looking for? This has to be the most bizarre, and this is for a lack of a better word though, sibling rivalry I have ever seen. Okay, like I don't even, like, what's going on right here is inexplicable. Like, it doesn't even make any sense that these three brothers are fighting the way that they are fighting and humiliating themselves. And obviously nobody has been able to step in on account of them just being stubborn, not wanting to listen to anybody, wanting to die on whatever hill they are dying on. Like, their late parents will be rolling in their graves just seeing these people fighting the way that they are fighting. And what's worse is the fact that these two are twins. Like, twins are supposed to be the closest siblings. At least that's the idea. That's the narrative, that, oh, siblings, especially twins, they are super close. You know, one of them has a tendency to feel what the other person is feeling, you know, is empathetic to the other one. This is the narrative that has been pushed out there, you know, and for good reasons too, because twins are the same people who share the same womb. But now these two are just fighting themselves, humiliating themselves, and it's all playing out on social media. So there's been this thing where Paul is accusing Peter of being the one to let me go ahead and read, because let me just read what is being posted. Okay, the thing is even inexplicable to me, and I've been following this for some time. I guess at some point I just tuned out because I'm just like, why like, these people were so close that they actually built homes similar to one another. Like, they built homes, replicated the same style, pattern, everything. Like, they had like a twin home next to each other once upon a time, and now they can't even see eye to eye, and now they are dragging each other, accusing each other of all kinds of things. I just worry that this thing is going to escalate to an even more dark situation. Like, this, from what I'm looking at, has the propensity of escalating into something more dark, sinister, and dangerous, life threatening. That's what I see. Oh, anyways, so this is from LIB, and it says, hold on. Okay. Let me go ahead and read this. Let me highlight this. So it says, Peter put Jude in prison, and I'm here to bring him out. Paul Okoye says, as he stakes his Ikoyi property and stands as surety for his brother, for elder brother. So Paul Okoye, aka Rude Boy, secured the release of his elder brother Jude Okoye from custody by staking his Okoye property and standing surety. Recall that Jude Okoye, the elder brother, and former manager of Peter and Paul Okoye of the defunct music group P Square, was on Wednesday, February 26, remanded in Ikoyi Correctional Facility following his arraignment by the Economic and Financial Crime Commission (EFCC) over allegations of money laundering amounting to 1 million US dollars and 34,537 pounds. Okay. So he pleaded not guilty to all the charges, and the court adjourned for Friday, February 28, 2025 for his bail hearing. Okay. Today at the bail hearing, Rude Boy announced his willingness to stake one of his properties in Ikoyi, Lagos, as he stood shorty for Jude to be released to him on bail. He said, My lord, I have here with me documents of one of my properties situated in Ikoyi, valued at several billions of naira, and I am willing to drop it with the court, but please release my brother to me on bail today. Speaking outside the court premises, Rude Boy added that his twin brother put their elder brother in the mess and he's there to get him out of it. He said, it's Peter that is doing this. He's putting him in prison and I'm here to bring him out. Jude Okoye is being tried alongside his company Northside Music Limited before Justice Alexander Owoye of the Federal High Court in Lagos on a 7-count charge. So continuing, it says the EFCC began investigating Jude after Peter Okoye petitioned the anti-graft agency over a secret company he discovered that had Jude Okoye and his wife, Ifeoma Okoye, as founder and director, as he investigated the whereabouts of some of P Square's royalties. Following Jude's arraignment on February 26, Paul Okoye took to his Instagram story and dropped a cryptic message believing to be directed at Paul. He wrote exactly what he wants. This too shall pass. Stay strong, brother Jude NG. So that's basically okay. So one of the twins is accusing the other one. Peter Okoye is accusing Paul of, creating a secret company and siphoning some of the royalty money into that company. So for me, I feel like, part of the reason why these guys will never resolve their issues is because they spend so much time fighting. For more than 5 years, they didn't talk to each other. They were keeping enmity with each other. And while the rest of the world just moved on, at one time, you guys may have been a sensation, but guess what? The world is not going to stand still because you guys are fighting each other, siblings for that matter. First of all, you're not setting the right examples. You know what I mean? So the world is not going to stand still until you guys get your ish together, until you guys figure things out. The world is going to move on. And what basically happened was that the 5 years that they were beefing each other, the top African act left a vacuum that needed to be felt, filled. And guess who came in? The likes of Davido, the likes of Whiskey, and all the others who came, filled that spot. And by the time they decided that they were going to come back, even though they did this funny thing where they knelt down and they apologized to their fans and for what they did, that ship had already sailed. The world had already moved on. People had already found alternatives. And so that's just what happened. If you think you're the only one, there's a story that my granddad told us when we were kids about this flute player. He was the palace entertainer. He was the one that got called every time whenever there was it was actually made into a song, that story. Whenever there was an event, this flute player was the main entertainer, popular, beloved, or whatever. But at some point, that fame started to get into his head. He started thinking that he was better than everybody else and nobody can, without him, they can't exist. So he decided to test fate, right? Decided to test fate, wanted to see what people would do if he was no longer here. So he faked his own death. And so, obviously, because he was the most popular, he was the most beloved, the main entertainment of the time, and people mourn him. Oh my gosh, how can we live without him? So people mourn him and people were sad or whatever. But again, people don't understand that when you leave a void, others will feel emboldened to come and step in. And guess what happened? Somebody else stepped in and even became more talented than he was. So when he eventually came back from the land of the dead and he saw that the world had moved on, there is even a replacement now. What do you think he did? What do you think people said to him? No, go back to being dead. Because we have moved on. Life has moved on. We have already mourned you. We've already buried you. So you're now in the past. There's somebody in the future. I really believe that Peter and Paul are a little bit resentful of themselves for not squashing the beef that they had long before they did. Because leaving the beef going for as long as it did left a vacuum that people filled, and now they're no longer relevant. No longer relevant. You know what I mean? And so they might have all these other issues, but in my opinion, the main issue that they have is the fact that they are no longer relevant to the world, to the music industry, to the African music industry. And so now they are resentful of one another, they are bitter of one another, and that is what this Peter's revenge, I think, is coming from. And now all of a sudden, the monies that he probably didn't care about before, he now cares about. So, this is bad. There's really, really been a poor example to the youth, to impressionable young ones. I mean, we live in a society where things are already bad. The idea of family, of bloodlines and people sticking together is fastly and quickly being erased. And what these two clowns or three clowns are doing is perpetuating that even more, showing a need for some people who are already on the fence to kind of feel like, well, family is not everything. Family is not by blood alone. So the whole situation is really pathetic. I really do think that these two should put on their big boy pants and move on with their lives, okay? I'm even one anyway. Let me just keep my mouth shut. I don't even add kerosene. I've been at petrol to an already burning fire. But it is they should just move on, But I have to say that this is really, really yucky. I find it really disgusting that three brothers cannot resolve the fact that, and I'm sure because there was one time when somebody reached out to Angie and was saying why Angie did not intervene or settle them, and Angie even said he's not the only sibling, that there are 5 of them, also 5 boys, and then there are also family members. So for me, the fact that no family member has been able to talk sense into these two or these three just shows you that they really have no respect for anybody. They don't care. They are vindictive, they are bitter, they have no respect. And it's sad. Whatever it is, just move on. The world doesn't need to see it. If you have beefing with each other, beef, continue. But bringing it to public eye the way that they have done is just, it's indefensible. But anyways, I wanted to quickly touch on this, and hopefully they get their ish together, because none of this is worth it. You don't have to be friends with your siblings. You don't have to be close, but just coexist. Anyways, hit the like button, guys, and share. Catch you later. Bye.